I feel like arguably he's the best at 140, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world. So why not go at the best in the division on my first fight there? That I take the throne. In his fights, he do the same thing over and over. And when that shit don't work, everything go out the window. He don't know what to do. He's lost.
Good. I'm glad you keep thinking that. I'm glad, boy.
How old is he? Well, you think was you 32, 33?
4. Where I'm at.
He was doing
other shit. I'm here too.
And
I'm fighting you. I'm here too. And I still did all that. I'm here too.
And I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
And I'm here too.
I'm gonna show you my different level.
You're gonna get hurt, bro.
Yeah,
I'm going. You a kid, bro.
You gonna tell me I'm a hell of a fighter? You got dropped your last fight against a bum.
That's cool.
A nigga nobody never heard of.
That's cool. That's cool.
Exactly, nigga.
That's cool.
So you don't got no chin. How about that?
I ain't got no chin.
You just got dropped against a nigga nobody ever heard of.
All right, that's cool.
How many knockouts he had?
Probably more than you.
Against niggas we never heard of.
Who you knocked
against
out?
Niggas
we never heard of, right? Who did you knock? You got 15 knockouts.
Yo, welcome to OTB Boxing School. Y'all could hear a little bit of the depth been set for this fight. First of all, I need all new students, subscribe now, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so they can let you know when class in session. Old students, go ahead, hit that like button. We got fight film to break down on Devin, Haney, Regis, Prograise. Couldn't be any more proud of both of these fighters for making this fight happen for the sport of boxing. These are the type of fights that make boxing great. Your favorite fighter don't move like Devin? He should. But let's get into this film, man. Starting off, I wanted to show y'all, notice the steps that Devin take. When Devin, I noticed in this film study, when Loma seen that step, rather than timing the step, he just waited on Devin to transition his weight onto his back foot, and that's when Loma went. As you can see now, wait for him to sit down, transition that weight, and then that's when I'll pivot him out, redetermine the line, and sit down. Now, the problem with Dev and that jab is that he steps with it. We'll get into class on that jab, but as you can see, when he goes to the close that distance right there, Loma got a straight right hand waiting on him. And that's going to be something, and that'll be a punch that I really look for Regis to land. But we can see that big step right there. Loma sees that he's taking that step. He'll go with that punch as he'll wait for that weight transition. That was one of the few times that I seen that Loma went to time the step rather than timing that weight transition. Now, the problem with stepping with your punch is that your weight transitions onto your back foot at one point in time. And when that's the case, you'll have to be active if that's a flaw that you have. So I'd like for Devin to punch on the balls of his feet. That should keep him from stepping with that jab. And when you do step with that jab, it makes the rest of your punches that much more predictable. So as we can see right here, Loma just closes the distance, backs him up, and lands his shot as he transitions that weight on his back foot. Now, what I need for Devin to not do is stay the hell out of these corners. Stay out of these corners. For everybody that think he was rolling with them punches, those punches weren't landing. Yes, they were landing, and those are punches that can be detrimental in this fight against Regis Prograise. But now let's look at the feet. Let's look at the problem with stepping with the punch. You can see where that weight transitions onto that back foot, and then you'll have the load of your weight on your front foot until you do transition it onto that back foot, which can be timed by the right type of fighter. It just amazed me that Loma never trusts his timing rather than going with the instinct of going when he transitioned on his back foot. Now, as you can see, the double step, that just really makes you predictable. So now let's look back again. We got a step. We got Loma circling out, waiting for that weight to transition, getting him up for that weight transition, and that's when Loma gonna go. That's when he gonna go. And I really think that this is something that Regis seen, which is why you keep hearing Regis say, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna hurt you, you gonna get hurt. And Devin really does face the possibility of getting hurt in this fight if this isn't a flaw that he could fix in time for this fight. However, just as he called Regis, I don't see him fixing this flaw. So I really think that that's going to be something that'll determine the course of this fight. But right here, let's just look at Devin once again. Back himself down into a corner. He'll shoot that right. But look, Loma going to close the distance and he'll take away the step and keep you on that back foot. Now Devin gonna circle out, but he circles the wrong way. You need to be going the opposite way, away from that right hand, to make that fighter one-dimensional. And that's why he takes that that lead right hand by Loma while he's circling out trying to get on the line. Now Loma just gonna keep him, and look at that first step right there, keeping Dev from taking that step. That way he could land that straight lead right hand again the way he wants to. And that kind of shook Devin up. And I really think that I look forward to seeing how Devin responds to the power of Regis Prograise. But right here, I wanted you to notice, look at that step again. Look at that step again. If you taking steps like that with your jab, it's easy to time that. We seen Gervonta Davis time it against Rolly Romero. My students out here know. Y'all can go back and check out the film for that video where we go a little bit more in depth on the problems with stepping with your jab. Because when you step with a punch, man, that's never a good thing. Now look at Devin as he'll take that step again. Loma just takes a step back because he knows once you take that first step that the next step is going to be the punch. Now what's Loma do? Closes the distance, keeps his head outside. This is going to be what Devin has to do. This was pretty boxing. Look at Devin's reaction to Loma taking away the step. Triple up the jab, circle back off the line, away, making you one-dimensional, land that check right hook. That's beautiful fucking boxing, and it tells me how smart this kid is in the ring for him to make that adjustment. However, that is the type of fight that I feel like Devin Haney will have to fight. You're going to have to jab off of that back foot, baby. Check hook him as he goes to close that distance. We know Regis ain't the most active fighter all the time when he closes distance, as we can see, and he's very willing to exchange. But look at Regis get caught doing the same shit that Loma just was timing Dev doing. The difference in this fight, I really think that that's going to be the determining factor in Regis. But for those who are not familiar with Regis, Regis will land his punch and he will take one to get it. But when he box, he can box. Look at him work the jab. Look at him feint inside, outside. Look at him using the head slots, using the jab, changing the levels of the jab just to land that overhand right hand. And then he don't back up, get his head off the line, and he gonna keep him coming. If he lands his shot, it's gonna be more than one coming. But what I wanted you to see right here is Regis has a good jab when he uses it. He just don't always use it. However, he don't use it because his legs are so good. Look at his legs. Look at his feet, y'all. Look at that. Look at that two-step with the jab while getting his head outside the lead shoulder. The kid can really box. For those who think that the kid just go in there looking to fight, look at him double that jab up, land that overhand right, and then walk his fighter into another straight right hand off the back leg, off the back foot. You know, see, Devin is an artist at hitting and not getting hit. Next thing I wanted you to notice is how willing Regis is to take your punch just to land his. You'll notice he'll take that jab just to pivot out, land that overhand right hand, and then, land that overhand left hand, which we know is dynamite in. And I think that that'll be what's determining for Regis to win this fight, is him bringing his legs throughout the course of this fight. Because once I feel like he know that Devin can't hurt him, he'll be that much more willing to take Devin punches. And him bringing his legs through the later rounds, the championship rounds of this fight, is what's going to allow Regis to win this fight. However, we know that it's some dog in Devin. For everybody acting like because this kid went to private school, ain't no dog in him, man, y'all are tripping. It is dog in him. You fight 15 rounds in Mayweather gym. That's doghouse rules. And this kid been doing this since he was 15. So I do think that we see the dog come out of Devin in this fight. However, is it enough dog for him to win this fight? Do he win this fight? Are my questions to y'all. I'm going with Regis to win this fight. I think Regis win this fight, or it ends in a draw, meaning I think that Regis hurt Devin, but Devin may win on the points. You understand? And I don't want to see either of these fighters cheated within the course of this fight. However, I do respect both of these fighters, and the loser of this fight won't lose any respect from me or the boxing community, meaning you lose the right way. Go out with your heart on your sleeve, get the fans the fight that they deserve, and I think that we'll all be pleased to pay our money for this fight. Now, as I said, I got Regis Prograise to win this fight. I don't think that I think that it's a problem for Devin once he doesn't hurt Regis. I question whether whether Devin can hurt Regis. Once you can't hurt that kid, he gonna keep going until he land his punch. And the question is gonna be then, can you take his punch? And what do you do when you do? We haven't seen Devin take a punch from a big puncher. Those punches from Loma that we just seen, those are punches that Regis has the IQ and the brain IQ to land. So if I'm Devin, I want to work that stick, baby. So for everybody who gonna look at this fight and it may look like a jab fest, the determining factor is gonna be, can Regis cut off the ring? We know about the problems he had with Danielito Zarilla in his last fight, closing off the ring. So let's see if he could cut off the ring and do it with the orchestrated pressure. And I think that he can win this fight, land his punch, and then go on to fight Subriel Matias in a monster fight of the year 2024 fight. And boxing is in a good place. But that's going to wrap up the film study on Regis Prograise versus Devin Haney. I had fun breaking this down, man, watching these guys' careers progress, watching Dev start to become more offense, start to transition from defense to offense more fluently in the beginning of his career. When he would weave punches from you, he wouldn't counter. But after Kambosos, he began to counter. And then against Loma, he began to counter to the body. So now stepping up in weight, stepping up in his physicality, I look forward to seeing him counter up top and really put together some of the traits that made us deem how special Devin Haney is for the sport of boxing. But on that note, I'm out. Class is dismissed on Devin Haney versus Regis Prograise. Everybody like, subscribe, make sure you tap in. We will have our first Ring Walk Monday show where we will feature a ring walk that was iconic for boxing. We will suggest what boxers can use ring walks to up their notoriety. This fight featuring New Orleans and I wouldn't mind seeing E40 walk out Dev. I wouldn't mind seeing BG walk out, or NBA Youngboy walk out, or Kevin Gates walk out. Regis Prograise, as you all do some things to get you all's notoriety on the national level and on the worldwide level. But look forward to seeing y'all in Ring Walk Mondays. That will be Monday, 10 o'clock a.m. That will be the first morning show OTB Boxing School will do. So I look forward to seeing you all there. Once again, class is dismissed on Regis Prograise, Devin Haney. Everybody go buy that fight. Support these fighters, man. Support them for making this fight happen. This is an iconic fight for boxing. And like I said before, if your favorite fighter ain't moving like Dev, he should. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us till we tap out. Class dismissed.